यस सर, 5-6 स्टेप
ओ
रह गया।
5-6 स्टेप रह गया। ओके ओके ओके, चलो बहुत 13 बच्चे आए हैं और क्या, ठीक है चलो शुरू कर दो।
यस सर।
ठीक 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 है, स्टार्ट।
So in the last lecture, we have started this chapter. The chapter starts with the service-oriented analysis and modeling with REST services and microservices, right? And in this chapter, we have already discussed the Midwest University Association, and in the last lecture, the PPT was also based on the this topic, right? So we started with this REST modeling techniques, and we have already seen this includes 15 steps, right? And those steps were this one: decompose business process, and we have already gone through some steps. And in today's lecture, we are going to see after fifth steps, right? So the very first step we proceeded with, that was decompose business process, filter out unsuitable actions, define entity service candidates, and the fourth one was identify process specific logic. So these four steps are already discussed in previous chapter as well, and in the previous lecture as well, right? So I am talking about these four steps, right? These four steps are already available in the chapter 11, and we have already discussed in chapter 11 and in the previous lecture as well, right? So now in this chapter, we have taken Midwest University Association, and we are going through a single business process. Which business process we are going through? Anyone? Anyone? Which business process we are taking into consideration? So the business process is a student achievement award control business process, right? So we have taken this student achievement award control business process into consideration for the rest of this chapter. So we started with the decomposing the business process. So we have come up with this kind of flow chart, right? So after performing this step, what we have done, we have filtered out some unsuitable actions. So the unsuitable, what are those unsuitable actions? We have excluded the manual process steps and the you can say those business process logic which are unsuitable for automation, right? So those unsuitable steps were filtered out in this step. And in third step, we have defined different entity services, and we have found out that four entity services uh, are available at this stage, right? So what are those entity services we have seen in previous lecture? So those are event. First was event event entity service, which has only one service capability candidate, which is get details, right? So I'm writing it down over here so that we can refer it again and again. Let me, yeah, once again. So first one is event, right? This is event, and it has only get details, capability, service capability candidate, right? And the next one is award has three: get details, confer, and update history. So the this is award entity service. These are entity services. So when we want to come up with this kind of architecture, this 3D layered architecture, we need to define the we need to find out the different entity services and utility services, right? And on the basis of these three utility services or entity services, we can uh, we can come up with a new layered services like microservices, which compose of this one, or this one. it can consist of this one, or this one. So it is not necessary, it is not mandatory, but it can be possible that these microservices can be composed of this service, and this services. So that this is why we consider first entity services, then utility services, then we come up with microservices. So the second entity services which we have found in last lecture, that is award, right? And similarly we have seen the third entity services which we have found, that is a student. So let me draw again, that is a student. These are the entity services. And so the fourth step we have performed in last lecture is identify process specific logic. So in this step we have seen we just need to highlight those steps which are specific to this process, right? Suppose let's say you want to find average. Yeah, let's say you want to find average of 10 numbers, right? And you need to find, let's say, median of 10 numbers. So whatever operation you will do for this finding out the average, let's say you have n1, n2, and let's say n10, and you will divide by 10, right? And for the median you will just sort it, and then you find out the n by 2th element plus 1, depending on this, you know the formula, right, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this operation of finding out the sum and dividing it with 10 is specific to the average. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, finding out the sorting of these 10 elements and finding out the n by 2th element and n by 2th element and finding the average is related to directly median of 10 numbers, right? So this becomes you can say median specific operations, right? This process specific operations. But if I consider this sorting and summation, which we have used over here and here, so is these operations like sort and sum, is these operations are context specific or not? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
No, we can do it for any set of numbers, right? We can do it for any set of numbers, right? But we cannot do these kind of operations for any set of any specific process, because finding the summation and getting it divided by 10 is specific for finding the average, right? And sorting the numbers and finding out the n by 2th position and n by 2th plus 1 position is in context of median. So finding out this one and this one, these two are specific for median, and dividing it with 10 is specific for average. But sorting them and finding the summation is not specific for any you can say this process, right? So that is what it is specified over here. Identify the process specific logic, whatever the if statement, else statement, or flow activity, or whatever the programming construct you have in your programming language, those belongs to process specific logic, right? So in this case we have already identified what are those process specific logic. So verify event details. If event is invalid or ineligible for award, this one is also process specific. Then verify student transcript, it is also process specific. If a student transcript doesn't, so you can see over here, if a statement, verify statement, if a statement, verify statement. So these all statements can be realized using the programming constructs, like using if statement, else statement, or flow statement, or any kind of structured constructs, right? So these are all process specific logic. But if you need to find out let's say update history, right? So update history can be used in different processes, right? Business processes. So these kind of operations cannot be put into process specific logic because it can be used in different processes as well, right? So till this point we have already discussed in our previous lecture, right? So now we are going to continue with identify resources. So what is the meaning of identify resources? If you have carefully listened my that REST API design, how to design the REST API lab session. So you already have some idea about this step. So what is the meaning of identify resources? You just need to map. Okay. Yeah. So you just need to map. Suppose I want let get details of a student. Get details of a student. So it can be mapped. It can be mapped into a SQL query. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
in the lab session where we have discussed the REST API designing techniques. So we in that lab session we have already discussed. Don't directly jump to convert this get details of a student to a resource, right? ये थोड़ा हार्ड हो जाएगा. इससे क्या करना है? We just need to perform. You just need to correlate with the SQL query. So how can we write this SQL query? Select star from a student, right? Everyone.
Yes, sir.
So lab session we have already discussed any table in name in your SQL query can be converted or can be interpreted as a resource. So how we can write? A student will be the resource name, right? And what will be the HTTP verb? Anyone over here? Since it is a select operation, so we just need to put get operation, right? So get students. If you write this way, this will be your resource. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
अगर किसी को रिकॉल नहीं हो पा रहा है उस लैब वीडियो को देखना जो भी जिस सेशन में हुआ हो, 5th सेशन या 6th सेशन में, वो उसमें हम लोगों ने पूरे 3 घंटे में यही डिस्कस किया था कि हाउ टू मैप SQL क्वेरी इनटू अ रिसोर्स, राइट, इन अ REST API डिजाइनिंग एंड पॉइंट्स. सो similarly, let's say you have a select, let's say get detail of a particular student. How we can write a query for this? So it will be like select star from students where a student ID equal to something, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't directly jump to map with the map this required query into directly a resource name, resource endpoint, right? So what we need to do, you just need to convert into an SQL query and then you can simplify into a endpoint. So how we can write? You can see over here this student ID and this student. So a student will be become as resource name. So how we can write? Get your website name will be here. Let's say www.example.com/students/id, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how we convert a particular you can say a particular query into a REST endpoint, right? REST endpoint. So now coming back to our example, yeah. So identifying the resource, what it means, we have already seen in our lab session. So we can directly jump into our example. See, you can see the entity event entity is directly converted into resource event, right? Award is directly converted into award resource, and student is directly converted into which resource? Student transcript. And we have already discussed the reason why we have considered the student as student transcript for resources, right? Because a student entity service can be utilized in different business processes, right? So since it's an agnostic entity services, it may be possible that different business processes are using this student services. So to make it this business process specific, that is why we have included a student transcript, right? इससे क्या पता चलेगा कि that student transcript resource is designed for this conferral award business process only, right? So this is how we come up with entity to resource, right? So whatever written over here is similar to what we have discussed in our lab session, right? ये तो इसको पढ़ोगे तो 1 मिनट लगेगा, हमने इस पे 3 घंटे लगाए हैं, ठीक है? Okay, so now the next step is associate service capabilities and resource method. Similar thing. Now you can see over here we have these three. You can see over here these 3 entity services we have till this point, and these 3 entity services have different set of operations, right? It has 3 operations, it has 2 operations, right? So these 3 operations can be mapped into a REST endpoint. Everyone getting my point? Suppose a student service is there. Let's say this is a student service, and a student entity service has operations like get details of all students, get detail of particular student, get marks, average marks of students. So these 3 operations can be mapped into an endpoint using the SQL query method. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So how we can map this? We can simply map this like this one: get www.example.com/students, right? For this query, what will be the endpoint? Get www.example.com/students/id, right? Get average marks of students. What we can do? Get similarly www.example.com students/average marks. So it actually depends upon you how you want to design this endpoint, right? So similar kind of entity services are also available in this our example, right? So we need to come up with this kind of API endpoint, REST API endpoint, because we are dealing with REST services in this chapter. So let's see. Yeah, इसको देखो, ये उसी तरह का नहीं लग रहा है जिस तरह का हम लोगों ने बनाया है पहले भी. Everyone? इसको लिखने का तरीका है बस, ये लिखा हुआ है इस तरह से, ऐसा नहीं कि ये तुम ऐसे लिख सकते हो या ऐसे नहीं लिख सकते हो, ठीक है? ये रूल नहीं है कोई, ये बुक में इस तरह का कन्वेंशन को फॉलो किया गया है, राइट? सो सिमिलरली यू कैन सी ओवर हियर इन दिस इवेंट सर्विस वी हैव गेट डिटेल्स, right? This is an operation and it is getting mapped to a endpoint. What will be the endpoint? Get plus slash event. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Similarly, we have award entity services. So for each operation, it is being attached with a particular endpoint. So get details. So since get details is talking about the award details, right? Getting my point? Since get details over here is in context of award getting details, right? Similarly, you can see over here in the event services we have also a get details. So it is in context of event, and here get details it is in context of award. So for get details in award context, what we need to do? We need to attach a endpoint URL which will be like this one, get/award, right? और ये जो प्लस है इसकी जगह पर क्या होगा? इसकी जगह पर हमारे होगा the URL of the website. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
ये हम लोग डिस्कस कर चुके हैं लैब में. इसमें कुछ ऐसा नहीं है जो डिटेल में जाया जाए, सब यही चीज लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे भी, ठीक है. ओके. सो सिमिलरली कॉन्फॉर, सो it is being attached with a post operation HTTP verb and the award, right? And update history. Update means, what is the meaning of update? Which HTTP verb will be used for update purpose?
Put.
So here in this example, it is done using post. So it can be done using post. ठीक है, ये डिपेंड करता है कि जो इंप्लीमेंट करने वाला है वो किस तरह से अपडेट कर रहा है. ठीक है, समझ रहे हो क्या नहीं समझे इसमें? देखो बताता हूं, वन सेकेंड. सो यहां पे लिखने का मतलब क्या है? वन सेकेंड. या व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ अपडेट हिस्ट्री? What is the meaning of update history and update? Difference between the update history and update student detail. Why it is post and why it is put over here? Anyone? Anyone?
Sir, in update history, we are adding new detail
adding new record, right?
Yes, sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
you cannot update your previous history. कोई अपना पास्ट को बदल सकता है क्या?
No, sir.
So हमको पास्ट को बदलने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक प्रेजेंट में नया रिकॉर्ड डालना पड़ेगा. दैट इज माई करेंट हिस्ट्री, राइट?
Yes, sir.
जैसे हम लोग रेज्यूमे बनाएंगे, वो तो जानता ही सब. रेज्यूमे बनाएंगे तो उसमें क्या करना है? जो तुम्हारा 10th का मार्क्स होगा उसको अपडेट रेज्यूमे अपडेट करने का क्या मतलब होगा? रेज्यूमे अपडेट करने का मतलब क्या होगा? 10th के मार्क्स को तुम चेंज कर दोगे? ऐसा तो नहीं होने वाला है.
yes, sir. जो नए सर्टिफिकेट मिलेंगे वो सब लगाएंगे.
जो नया सर्टिफिकेट मिलेगा वो लगाना है, यानी न्यू एंट्री विल बी एडेड. गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
Yes,
तो
Yes, sir.
सपोज 10th के बाद तुम रेज्यूमे को अपडेट किए, 12th का मार्क्स इसमें डाल दिए. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि 10th में 75% है तो उसको 78 कर देंगे. ये इसका मतलब ये अपडेट नहीं हो रहा है. ठीक है, ये दोनों अपडेट अलग अलग है. सो हम लोग लिख रहे हैं अपडेट, लेकिन अपडेट नहीं है, वो पोस्ट है. ठीक है. सिमिलरली ये एमटेक यहां से करने के बाद तुम्हारे पास एक नया सर्टिफिकेट एक एमटेक का आ जाएगा, तो यू विल बी अपडेटिंग योर रेज्यूमे. हाउ विल यू अपडेट? बाय एडिंग अ सिंगल न्यू रिकॉर्ड, राइट? Which will have your mark sheets or whatever you will include there, right? So that is the meaning of update over in history section, right? In updating resume. So that is post statement, post HTTP verb. Getting my point, everyone?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, अपडेट स्टूडेंट डिटेल्स में है तो इसमें तुम अपडेट कर सकते हो. जैसे आधार कार्ड में चेंज करवाना है, so you will be having a आधार कार्ड and you need to अपडेट योर डिटेल्स, लाइक नाम गलत हो गया है उसको चेंज करवाना है. सो अपडेट नेम, यू कैन से अपडेट नेम, अपडेट मोबाइल नंबर और अपडेट एड्रेस और व्हाटएवर द इंफॉर्मेशन यू नीड टू चेंज यू कैन डू, राइट? सो दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ पुट. दैट इज द that is referring over here put, because we have already certain records and you need to change the values of these records, right? Getting my point? So that is why in update history section it is written being in form of update, but it is actually post operation, right? Post HTTP will be used. So yeah, so similarly in student service you can see over here in get transcript, it is an operation. For that operation we are using get student transcript, right? Get is an HTTP verb and this is the endpoint, right? And we are following certain principles to come up with this kind of endpoint URL. Which principles we are using here over here? Anyone? किसी को मालूम है? So we are using REST 6 principles, and the first principle states uniform contract. So on the basis of uniform contract, that is the guidelines, right? वो बताता नहीं है कि ऐसे करना है. That is the guidelines. करोगे तो अच्छा होगा. ठीक है? That is the guidelines. So 6 principles. One of the principle in REST services, it simply states you should your all REST services must confirm a uniform contract. That is why we are writing like this way. So get/student transcript/ right. Update transcript. What is the meaning of update over here? That is again a post operation, right? And you know the reason now. So moving forward, apply service orientation principles. So if you are using certain tools, either you are using Oracle SOA, means the product of Oracle, or you can say you may be using the open source SOA products, you may be using the Microsoft SOA products, you may be using the IBM SOA products, or you may be using the TIBCO products, or there are the list goes endless, right? So if you are using certain tools, these applying certain service orientation principles will be implicit in nature, right? Because if you are performing certain operation in your particular tool, the service orientation principle already gets implemented. Getting my point? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
So suppose I am using Oracle SOA for REST service implementation, or you can say SOAP service implementation. The very first step we proceed with design and schema. Then we create some WSDL file based on that schema. So whatever the process we are following, that simply we are following the service orientation principle. वो स्टेप जो हम लोग कर रहे हैं वो क्या है? सर्विस ओरिएंटेशन प्रिंसिपल है. ठीक है, वो हम लोग अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, लेकिन हमें पता नहीं चला है कि that we are applying those principles. So you do not need to take any headache about this applying service orientation principles, because if you are using certain tools, those service orientation principles are already being implemented in those tools, and your project will already embedded with those service orientation principles. But in case if you are using, suppose, let's say, let me take an example. One second. Suppose Oracle SOA सूट किसी को मालूम है ये फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट है या क्या है? प्रीमियम वर्जन क्या है? पेड वर्जन क्या है? कैसा है इसका लाइसेंसिंग? एनीवन?
क्या सर?
सॉरी
सर हम लोग तो फ्री में ही डाउनलोड कर लिए।
हाँ तुम,
लेकिन कई
तो
कंपनी फ्री है, उनके अंडर आता है सर ये,
हाँ तो
अपने एम्प्लॉय को।
तो जैसे विंडोज हम लोग फ्री में चलाते हैं ना, तो विंडोज क्यों चलाते हैं फ्री में? क्योंकि हमारे लिए फ्री है. ठीक है, जब कोई फ्री में चलाएगा तो उससे सीख लेगा. ठीक है, when we use it then we can only learn it, right? So इंडिया में क्या होता है, लाइनेक्स लोग यूज नहीं करते हैं, मतलब करते हैं इंडस्ट्री में करते हैं. तो मान लो कि विंडोज सब बचपन से ही विंडोज चला रहे हैं, पायरेटेड चला रहे हैं, और जब तुम कंपनी में जाओगे तो क्या डिमांड करोगे? यू विल गो फॉर विंडोज बिकॉज यू नो हाउ टू ऑपरेट इन विंडोज. एवरीवन गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
यस सर।
यस सर।
अगर बचपन से ही लाइनेक्स चलाते तो कंपनी में जाके लाइनेक्स कर, अगर कंपनी कहती कि लाइनेक्स ये ज्यादा क्या है, मतलब क्या कहते हैं इसको, सिक्योर कर सकते हो, इसमें फॉल्ट टोलेरेंट का फीचर इनबिल्ट होता है, ये सब बहुत सारा फीचर है इसमें, ठीक है। विंडोज के पास ये सब नहीं है, लेकिन बचपन से फ्री कर दिया, पायरेटेड यूज करने दे रहा है, इसलिए हम लोग क्या करते हैं उसको सीख लेते हैं फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, और जब कंपनी में जाते हैं तो वहां से कंपनी से वो क्या करती है, वो पैसे कमाती है, ठीक है, विंडोज। सिमिलरली अगर फ्री में कोई कंपनी दे रही है, इसका मतलब वो नहीं कि तुम्हें वो ब्लॉक नहीं कर सकती है। दैट इज वाई दे कम अप विद 3 काइंड ऑफ एडिशन। द फर्स्ट वन इज कम्युनिटी एडिशन, the second one is standard edition, and the third one is premium edition, right? Enterprise edition, you can say enterprise edition. So community edition is always free for all of us, standard edition for a small enterprises, and the enterprise edition is for big enterprises, like so we are using the community edition, that is why it is free for us and we are using it. Let's say suppose you want to develop a certain, let's say in your small, you have a small project, right? You have a small project and it has, let's say 5 services, and you need to integrate them. You need to integrate it. It is a small project, it has only, let's say 6 services, and you need to integrate them, and the cost of this standard edition, because we have a company, right, and cost of this standard the cost of this licensing of this standard edition is more than the budget of this project. So will you go for this project? Is it feasible for going for this project, everyone? क्वेश्चन मेरा समझ में आया कि नहीं आया?
सर एक बार वो फिर से बोल दीजिए।
Okay, so suppose you are working in a company, and company के पास एक project आया. In that project you have only 6 web services, right? And since you are developing this kind of project in your company, you must go with this standard edition, because you cannot use this community edition, because you are using Oracle suites in your project which is running in your company. Getting my point? You cannot use this free edition.
Yes sir.
So the cost of this, the license of this standard edition of this Oracle suite is far more than the project budget. Will you go for this project?
No sir.
No. So अगर मान लो ये छोटा सा इंटीग्रेशन करना है, 6 सर्विस है हमारे पास, छोटा सा इंटीग्रेशन करना है, इसमें तो हम यूज नहीं कर सकते हैं, तो क्योंकि ये प्रोजेक्ट, तो क्या हम ये प्रोजेक्ट छोड़ दे? क्या हम समझे ये प्रोजेक्ट कोई नहीं बना सकता है, क्योंकि सब कंपनी के पास तो ये एडिशन लगाना ही पड़ेगा, तो क्या ये प्रोजेक्ट नहीं बनेगा?
सर वो कम्युनिटी वाले बना देंगे ना?
कम्युनिटी यूज नहीं कर सकते इंडस्ट्री में। हम लोग विंडोज पायरेटेड इसलिए यूज कर रहे हैं क्योंकि विंडोज माइक्रोसॉफ्ट यूज करने दे रही है। वो रातों रात हो सके तो सबको ब्लॉक कर दे, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, लेकिन नहीं कर रही क्योंकि दे आर गेटिंग प्रॉफिट फ्रॉम दिस, क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री में तुमसे पैसा लेगा ना विंडोज यूज करने का, क्योंकि हम लोग इनडायरेक्टली सीख रहे हैं विंडोज को फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट। वो चाहती है कि तुम सीख लो। गेटिंग माय पॉइंट और नॉट?
यस सर।
तो तुम ओरेकल सूट तो सीख लिए, लेकिन जब जाओगे कंपनी में यूज करने तो वहां तो पैसा लेगी ही, वहां तो फोकट में यूज नहीं करने देगी। सो उस केस में क्या करेगी? उस केस में हम लोग को क्या करना पड़ेगा? जब व्हेन वी हैव अ स्मॉलर प्रोजेक्ट एंड वी हैव ओनली 6 or 7 सर्विसेज, और यू कैन से 10 or more सर्विसेज, राइट? सो व्हाट वी कैन डू, वी कैन गो फॉर sorry, we can go for library based integration, and one of those library for integration is Spring integration. You must have heard of this paragraph or your word, Spring integration. Anyone? कोई सुना है?
Yes sir.
So Spring integration is a library which is available for you free of cost. You can use it for your integration in your smaller projects, right? Suppose, let's say you have now 100 web services, 100 वेब सर्विसेज, ठीक है। अब स्प्रिंग इंटीग्रेशन से इसको यूज इंटीग्रेट करना है, दैट इज ये महंगा पड़ रहा है, ठीक है, क्योंकि दैट विल बी द कॉम्प्लेक्स थिंग टू इंटीग्रेट ऑल दीज 100 सर्विसेज यूजिंग स्प्रिंग इंटीग्रेशन सूट, राइट। इट इज ए लाइब्रेरी, इसको कोड करना पड़ेगा इसमें, ठीक है। तो देन यू विल गो फॉर Oracle सर्विस बस, Oracle सर्विस बस, ठीक है, ये दूसरा चीज है। एंड लेट्स से यू हैव 1000 वेब सर्विसेज, 1000 web services, and all those services, some of these services are provided by third party operators, and these services are provided by third party service providers. So now we are going to integrate them, and we need to perform different kinds of services, different kinds of operations like monitoring or logging or different kinds of operations. For those huge projects, we need to go for enterprise edition, and that enterprise edition comes with Oracle SOA suite. तो वन ऑफ द कंपोनेंट इन ओरेकल SOA suite is Oracle सर्विस बस, ये स्मॉलर है, ठीक है। एवरीवन गेटिंग माय पॉइंट?
यस सर।
सो यू कैन से स्प्रिंग इंटीग्रेशन इज स्मॉलर देन इंटरप्राइज सर्विस बस, और इज स्मॉलर देन इंटीग्रेशन सूट। इस सबसे बहुत बड़ा फीचर होगा इंटीग्रेशन सूट, and one of the popular integration suite is Oracle SOA suite. It is an integration suite. इसमें enterprise service bus एक component है छोटा सा, ठीक है, और इसमें एक component है Oracle Spring integration. Getting my point? So depending on the project and the complexity of your project, you will choose either Spring integration, enterprise service bus, or you can go for integration suites. Everyone getting my point?
Yes sir.
Okay. So yeah. So applying service orientation is completely dependent upon your tools. The tools we are using for our integration purpose. Either you are using Spring integration or service simple enterprise service bus or any integration suites. So don't worry, we will see these tools in our next lab in maybe tomorrow. So we will see the whole aspect of what are the different tools available in the market, and we will see tomorrow. So the next step is identify service composition candidates. So similarly, suppose you have 3 services. One second. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Suppose you have a service like in task number 1, we have seen you need to find maximum of x plus y divided by y and x minus y plus x. Let's say this is the problem, right? So let's say this is the problem. You need to find out the x plus y and divided by y and x minus y plus x, right? This is the problem. So what you will do, first you will calculate this one, right? You will calculate this one, then you after addition you will divide this x plus y with this y, then this is the third task, then this will be the fourth task. Everyone getting my point?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
So let's say and this will be the fifth task. Finding the maximum out of those x3 and this one, this will the final task, right? यही होगा ना?
Yes sir.
Okay. So let's say, so अगर इसको हम लोग 3 लेयर्ड आर्किटेक्चर में बदलने की कोशिश करें, ठीक है, तो फिफ्थ ऑपरेशन विल बी हियर बिकॉज इट इज गोइंग टू बी यूज बाय एंड यूजर. उसको थोड़ी पता चलना है कि क्या हो रहा है अंदर में. That is Right?
Yes, sir.
So what will be the services over here and what will be the services over here? Anyone? अरे गलत ही बता दो।
सर एडिशन और सब्सट्रैक्शन सर्विस सबसे नीचे होगी।
एडिशन और सब्सट्रैक्शन सर्विस 1, यानी 1 मे बी ओवर हेयर एंड
1 and 2
1 and 2 may be here, right? So addition service यहाँ होगी and okay, इसको 1 इससे आ गया, 2 इससे आ गया and अब इसको x और y यानी ये 4 जो है 4 को रिट्रीव करना है, ये इसको रिट्रीव करना है, ये भी तो कहीं से आएगा ना, x भी तो कहीं से आने वाला है, y भी तो कहीं से आने वाला है ना, ठीक है। इसको मान लेते हैं 5 और 6, इसको 7 और 8 मान लेते हैं, इसको 7 और 8, तो 7 and 8 will be here. Everyone getting my point?
Yes, sir.
ये भी तो कहीं से आएगा ना, तो ये देखो at this stage, at this entity services we have 1. What is the meaning of 1? Means we have x plus y. अगर ये 3 और 4 होगा तो यहाँ पर 7 अवेलेबल होगा हमारे पास, ठीक है। Everyone getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, at 2, at this 2 we will be having x minus y, that is 4 minus 3, let's say 1. So 1 will be available and this is 4 and this is 3. The value I am talking about, the values x and y, right? So at this point we have all available values. So what is the next step? अब इस दोनों को यूज करके, इस दोनों को कंपोज करके हमको क्या करना है? We need to find out the value of this one. What is the value of this one? ये इसको हम लोगों ने किससे रिप्रेजेंट किया था? 3 से, हाँ। So we will be 3 over here and 3 will be a composition of 1 and 7. अब कंपोजिशन का मतलब यही नहीं होता उससे बना हुआ होना, मतलब कोई भी ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं ना, बीपीएल में देखे है ना, कोई भी ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं, समझ रहे हो?
यस सर।
सिमिलरली वी हैव ओवर हियर 5, नहीं 5, इसको कितना रिप्रेजेंट किए थे यहां से यहां तक? 4 से, हाँ 4. So we will be having 4 over here and the maximum of 3 or 4 will be over here and this will be talking to this 5. Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
तो ये इस तरह से हो गया। मैं एकदम छोटा सा एग्जांपल है, मतलब जबरदस्ती का इसको कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश किया है, ठीक है। तो अगर हमारे पास ये सब सर्विस अवेलेबल है कि ये काम क्या करता है, ये काम क्या कर रहा है, ये काम क्या कर रहा है, ये क्या काम कर रहा है, और सब क्या काम कर रहा है हमें पता है, ठीक है। वी जस्ट नीड टू पुट इट इन द डिफरेंट लेयर्स, राइट। सो बिकॉज हम लोग जानते हैं कि इस लेयर का काम क्या है, ये लेयर का काम क्या है, ये जो लेयर है इस पर जो सर्विसेज होता है ये दोनों का कंपोजिशन होता है, यानी ये तभी निकल सकता है जो इससे निकलेगा, इससे जो रिजल्ट आएगा ना उससे ये कंपोज करेगा, ठीक है। मतलब कोई भी ऑपरेशन परफॉर्म कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। सो सिमिलरली आइडेंटिफाई द सर्विस कंपोजिशन कैंडिडेट्स। सिमिलर टाइप का चीज लग रहा है ना, लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस ओवर हियर। समझ में आया? अरे ये हमको मालूम है क्या, एट दिस स्टेज वी नो performing activities for conferring student award, right? That is our business process, right? So we know this business process is somehow composed with event service, award service and student service, and we know these services are available at the entity service layer because these are entity service. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
तो हमारे पास अभी 2 ही लेयर है, ठीक ठीक है, ये छोटा सा था एग्जाम्पल, तो ना हम लोग तुरंत निकाल लिए कि ऐसे ऐसे होगा, मान करके ऐसे ऐसे होने वाला है, ठीक है। तुम अगर कोई अगर ध्यान से देखे तो इसमें भी तुम्हें नजर आएगा कि हम लोगों ने वी हैव परफॉर्म द सेम स्टेप्स। वी हैव परफॉर्म द सेम स्टेप्स। हम लोग क्या किए हैं, पहले फ्लो डायग्राम बनाए कि x प्लस वाई पहले निकालेंगे, फिर डिवाइड बाई 4 करेंगे। अगर तुम इसको ऑब्जर्व करोगे ना तो वही अब स्टेप फॉलो हुआ है जो हम लोगों ने पढ़ रहा है, हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं अभी, ठीक है। पहले हम लोग x प्लस वाई निकालें, मीन्स वी आर ड्रॉइंग दी फ्लो चार्ट कि हम लोग पहले क्या करने वाले हैं, राइट, गेटिंग माय पॉइंट। तो क्योंकि ये प्रोजेक्ट इतना स्मॉलर था, ये छोटा सा एकदम छोटा सा प्रोजेक्ट था, इतना स्मॉलर था कि ये ऑब्वियस हो गया, हम लोगों ने उसको देख के कर सकते हैं कि इतना ऑब्वियस हो गया, ठीक है। लेकिन वी आर इन आवर माइंड वी आर परफॉर्मिंग दोज स्टेप्स ओनली, राइट। तो okay, so so now we have found out that these are the 3 entity services and this is the task services because it is the 5 in that example, that is simply referring to the 5, that is the final operation what a end user wants, that is the confer a student award, right. And these are the entity service, we have simply composed it in a certain way because we know that these are the entity services, right. And now the rest of the steps can be ignored in case of smaller projects, but in case of complex business process, you can see over here, in case of complex business process these steps are mandatory, right. So the very next step is analyze the processing requirement. So in the last chapter we have already seen what is the meaning of processing requirement. Sometimes a particular service may require to interact with the database, some service may require to interact with the you can say CRM system, customer relationship management systems, and means different kinds of services available, like suppose you are developing services for the e-commerce website, and in e-commerce website some service may be interacting with the database, some service may be interacting with the CRM systems for customer support, and some services may be interacting with the inventory software, and some services may be interacting with the some you can say data management platforms, right, means for big data or any machine learning kind of models, right. So we need to analyze what are the different processing requirements for each of these services. So let's see. So sorry, so why we need to do this, what we are trying to accomplish over here. So let's see. So which of the resources identified so far can be considered utility service? ये देखो, ये सब जो लाइन लिखा हुआ है इसमें, ये थोड़ा सा तुम लोग को क्या कहते हैं अजीब लग सकता है, बिकॉज वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन आवर वे, राइट। हम लोगों ने थोड़ा सा कहीं कहीं से रिलेट करके पढ़ा है, ठीक है। अगर इफ यू गो थ्रू दिस डॉक्यूमेंट लाइन बाय लाइन, देन you will be able to understand these steps, right. So while doing your assignments, please go through this document line by line so that you can define the primary objective of each steps, what are the input and what are the outputs, and you need to specify the secondary objectives as well if it is possible for any steps. So let's see. So to complete this, we need to consider the following: which of the resources identified so far can be considered utility centric, and can actions performed on business centric resources be considered utility centric? What underlying application logic needs to be executed in order to process an actions or resources encompassed by service capability candidate? So does required application logic already exist? So these are some requirement for analyzing the processing requirements, right. So if you read this, you will find in this case study they are nowhere going to use any of the any processing requirements, right. So let's move on to next step. Identify the utility service and associated resources and method. So in this MUN example, MUA case study, utility service means that notification kind of thing. In one of the previous sessions, we have seen you just need to compare two websites. You will find different sets of utility service, right? We have compared two e-commerce websites like Flipkart and Amazon, and we have found out that these two websites have services like notification, like email notification or updation kind of. There are some services which are being repeated in these two websites, like, right? So we have concluded that whatever the different services which is going to be repeated in different projects, right? Independent of their domains. If you are considering healthcare domain, or if you are considering a website from e-commerce domain, right? So some of these services must be common in these two domains, right? Those services are considered as utility services. किसी को याद है? ये हम लोग डिस्कस किए थे लास्ट चैप्टर में.
Yes, sir.
ओके, सो सेम चीज लिखा हुआ है, कुछ कोई नया चीज नहीं है इसमें लिखा हुआ. प्रीवियस चैप्टर में जो देखे हैं सेम चीज है. लेट मी revisit it again. The association with a specific association with specific legacy systems, association with one or more solution components, and logical grouping according to the type of the function. So these three things, if you are finding some these three things in your service capability candidates, you can simply go for utility service candidates, right? So in this example, in this MUA service, MUA case study, we have three types, maybe, four types of service, utility service. First one is notification. नोटिफिकेशन याद है किसी को? अगर किसी का कंट्रोल अवार्ड रिजेक्ट हो जाता है, देन वी नीड टू नोटिफाई दैट स्टूडेंट दैट योर कंट्रोल फॉर award control process, award control application is being rejected, right? So for that purpose we need a notification service, right? So for that we have a notification over here, and you just have a single service capability candidate, or you can say operation, that is send. Similarly, we have document service candidate. What is the meaning of this document service? What is the objective of this document services? So in the previous section, we have seen this MUA service requires a print services. This one, I'm talking about this. Print hard copy of award control record action. याद है जिसमें हम लोग कहते हैं कि ये क्यों दे दिया, इसको तो मैनुअल प्रोसेस होना चाहिए था. किसी को याद है?
यस सर, सेकंड लास्ट
था. उसमें हम लोग कहते हैं कि इसको तो मैनुअल होना चाहिए था, तो हम लोग कहते हैं कि देखेंगे आगे क्यों इसको छोड़ दिया है. दैट इज वाई इसको यहाँ पे रखा गया है. वहां पर छोड़ा इसलिए गया था क्योंकि इसको यूज करना है इन फॉर्म ऑफ सर्विस, यूटिलिटी सर्विसेज, एंड दैट यूटिलिटी सर्विस मस्ट हैव अ प्रिंट स्टेटमेंट. डॉक्यूमेंट को प्रिंट करना है, दैट इज वाई document, and then we have a single operation, that is print, right? Similarly we have converted this notification utility service in form of endpoint URL. So notification, it is a send operation, and you can simply convert this send operation in form of you can write this send operation in form of endpoint URL. How we can write? You just need to use this HTTP verb post and notice sender. Similarly for document service candidate, this is print operation, and this print operation is attached with an endpoint URL, that endpoint URL for the REST service. So it is post operation, that is HTTP verb, and this is printer, right? And the last this layer, I'm talking about this second last layer, this layer, the services at this layer will be known as microservice candidates, right? So see, So define microservices candidate. The 11th step talking about the defining the microservice candidates and associated resources and methods. This associated and resources method is simply talking about this way, this one. Associating the resources, this is the resource, and the methods, right? This is the method name. So let's see what is it has to say. So we now turn our attention to the previously defined non-agnostic processing logic to determine whether any unit of this logic may qualify for encapsulation by separate microservice or not, right? So as discussed in chapter 5th, the microservice model can introduce a highly independent and autonomous service implementation architecture that is suitable for units of logic with particular processing demands, right? So what are the different considerations we need to include for microservice definitions, defining a microservice? So see, the increased autonomy requirements, specific runtime performance requirements, specific runtime reliability and failover requirements, and the fourth one is specific service versioning and deployment requirements, right? So in this MUAN example, we come up with a single microservice, that is the verify application. Verify application, and it just have only single operation, that is verify, and it is also converted into, it is being attached with resource name and its method. So post operation is required over here and the application. So depending on your project, you need to do similar kind of thing. So if you go through this document, you will see why these things are being done. So 70 to 80% have already discussed by me. अगर कोई भूल जा रहा है तो पीछे लेक्चर जो रिकॉर्डेड है उसको देखना, तो उसको समझ में आ जाएगा कि क्या किया गया है. सिमिलरली फिर क्या है, अप्लाई द सर्विस ओरिएंटेशन प्रिंसिपल्स. So if you similar kind of definition over here again, if you are using a particular service, means if you are using particular service integrations like Spring integration and enterprise service. So if you are using you can say Spring integration, you need to apply service orientation on your own. But if you are using enterprise service bus or Oracle Suite, then you do not need to care about this apply service orientation step, because those steps are already this step is already being embedded in your softwares. You do not need to care about this step. So if you are using this Spring integration, then you need to focus on this step as well. So again, revise the candidate service composition. These are those steps which can be ignored if you are proceeding. If you are using these steps for complex business process, you need to revise candidate service composition कि क्या गलत हो चुका है, क्या हमारे पास, ऐसा देखना पड़ेगा हमें पीछे जा करके, ठीक है. And at last, after using all those services, since we have come up with this document service, notification service, at utility service, these three services we have already talked about earlier, and this verify application service new at the microservice layer, which is being defined at this stage, 11th step. So final composition will be like this one. So this architecture, this 3-layer architecture will be going to be used by us in our next chapter. So if I ask you in the next chapter what will be the input of this chapter, you will answer me this you can say this architecture. So again, the similar kind of steps we are going to take. We are again going to take a single entity services, and we are going to apply different steps for designing part, right? This is the analysis part. This is the analyzing chapter. So again, the revise of ये सब कुछ नहीं है इसमें. And the rest part of this chapter from 32 page number 32 25 to 32, इसमें 7 पेज के बारे में लिखा हुआ है. So it simply speaks about the REST services, how to model REST services, what is uniform contract modeling. So these things are already been discussed in our lab session in 3 hours. So ये 7 पेज का है. If you go through this दैट विल बी फाइन। अगर नहीं भी जाओगे तो प्लीज गो थ्रू द लैब सेशन, सेम चीज लिखा हुआ है, इसमें कुछ नया नहीं है। और वी हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट दिस थिंग्स इन योर सॉफ्टवेयर आर्किटेक्चर कोर्स इन द लास्ट सेमेस्टर, सो नथिंग इज न्यू। अगर कोई भूल गया है तो उसको जाके एक बार देख सकता है, दैट व्हाट इज स्टेटलेसनेस, व्हाट इज कैशे प्रॉपर्टी। सो वी हैव ऑलरेडी टॉक्ड अबाउट ईच ऑफ वन ऑफ द थिंग इन आवर लैब सेशन। तो इससे अच्छा क्या है कि यू विल गो थ्रू द लैब सेशन। सी देखो व्हाट इज द रिसोर्स, व्हाट इज एंटिटी, ये ऑलरेडी हम लोग देख चुके हैं, ठीक है। सो वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू डिस्कस आफ्टर 25th पेज नंबर। so yeah, so the output of this 15 step is this one. So we have started with a business process document. Which business process document? For student conferral award business process. And we have after performing 15 steps, we have come up with this architecture, and this architecture is going to be used by us in our next chapter for the designing part, service oriented design based on REST services and microservices. Okay, so we are done with this chapter. Any issues, any doubts?
Okay. Any doubt? Students, please ask him. He's your elder brother, very free. Don't feel shy, ask him. If you have any doubt, ask him. Don't keep your doubts, because after you reach here, you have to do the lab by yourself. If you have doubt, then you won't be able to do any lab, and I will only throw you out from the lab. So ask, ask, ask. The more you ask, the more clear you are. Okay. ठीक है, छोड़ दो। कल सुबह, tomorrow we will be having the lab at 9 o'clock, right? ठीक है, attendance ले लो, ठीक है, okay.
So guys, attend your roll call. Vikas Kumar,
Yes, sir.
Jitendra